Okay, so here's what I've learned. In the past, I ate one meal a day to get me through the day, and that was my main meal. It was a large meal, and I ate like I was starving. If you're eating like that and that's what your diet is, you're in what they call starvation mode. That's not good, because that means that when you do eat, your body breaks everything down that you ingest or eat and stores it as fat. Because your body doesn't know when it's going to get its next meal. Because you're only eating one meal a day. Starvation mode. So, and this is just from my experience, like for people like me who, like, before I learned all this, I was pretty big, almost 300 pounds. I was on a very fixed income. I didn't have any help. It was just me on disability, eating processed foods, microwave meals, microwave foods, you know, getting most all of my foods from like Aldi's or some sort of discount store. I made my money last as long as I could in order to feed myself. I had no luxuries. I had no money to spend on getting my nails done or my hair done or anything else. Other people invited me to join them for all those fun things. I ate once a day, if I was lucky. So my body was in what you call a starvation mode, because it didn't know when it was going to get its next meal. And throughout the years, I've learned a lot about that. I've learned about my diet. I've learned about why I have the digestive system problems I have, and you know, things like why I couldn't gain muscle or be strong, but I was obese. According to my height and what is expected for my height, I was obese. I was on the verge of being obese. I was extremely overweight and riding the fence of being obese. I'm like 5'4". Somebody at 5'4" should not be almost 300 pounds. According to the doctors and stuff that I knew and went to. I no longer go see doctors, but I no longer eat that way either. How did I lose my weight? I didn't exercise. I mean, yes, I do move around quite a bit. I have a lot of things that I need to get done on a daily basis, weekly basis, every other weekly basis, monthly basis, you know, things like that. But that's not how I lost my weight. And like right now I look quite skinny, and I've lost quite a bit of weight. And that's body fat. So I'm still losing body fat, but I haven't necessarily gained muscle. So even though I'm losing weight, And so the scale says I'm down to whatever. I don't even step on a scale. I'm pretty sure that my scale doesn't even have batteries right now. And I definitely don't step on a scale every single day, because that's just going to drive you nuts. But the key is to learning what you're putting into your body. Number one. Two, how often. The biggest thing is, how often are you eating? Because if you're only eating one meal a day, your body's going to go into starvation mode, because it doesn't know when its next meal is going to be. Ben says I eat too much, because I eat anywhere between 3 to 5 to 7 times a day. I probably eat 3 meals, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But in between there, I have at least 2 snacks, if not 3, like right now. I'm eating the last of the soup. This is my last snack for the day. And then I'm going to sleep. Well, I'll probably give it 30 minutes to an hour, and then I'll go to sleep. Because you never want to eat and then go immediately to sleep. That's the downfall of Thanksgiving and Christmas, is if you're eating turkey. Turkey has a natural sedative in it that's going to make you tired and make you want to go to sleep. And from what all the professionals and doctors say, you should not eat and then go immediately to sleep. You should wait, like, what, half hour, something like that. I don't even know what the specifics are, because I don't really go by that. But I don't eat like a normal person either. I eat a lot of fresh vegetables and fruits that I grow from my own garden. I shop from a pretty decent, high quality grocery store for my groceries. So, like, fresh vegetables, fresh fruits, nothing canned. Very little canned, very little processed. All of my hamburger, beef or pork, is usually grass-fed, non-GMO, non-hormonized. I've eliminated most all dairy from my diet. Like, I don't drink milk. Very little cheese do I eat. When I do eat cheese, when Ben makes food and he adds cheese or cream or milk, my system gives me a hard time, because that doesn't agree with me anymore. I've changed my entire eating habits. It's not a diet. It's I could say that it's you could say, or I could say, it's a lifestyle, because I've changed it to the point of no turning back. And so when I eat things that are not good for me, I pay the consequences. I can feel the difference. And, like, when Ben makes mashed potatoes with butter and milk, it won't even take me finishing the mashed potatoes, and I can't eat them anymore, because I'm already paying the consequences. I can feel it in my system. And if it does that to me, then you can only imagine the impact on our animals. And this started years ago, many years ago, before we ever moved to Tennessee. And so, like, I'm not a homesteader full force where I have land that I can grow a lot of things on and my dogs can run free and we're fully eating off grid, but we're working on it. I grow a lot of our food. I don't have a garden because in the trailer park here that we're in, you can't have a garden. So instead, I have grow towers. They can't give me a violation and try and evict me from the trailer park because I have a grow tower and I'm growing my own food. Tennessee is a farm state. So, I'm learning as I go. I continue to grow as much as I can. And like carrots, for instance. I have soup on my face. I can feel it. Most people think that the only part of the carrot you eat is the carrot itself, which is the root of the vegetable. And so you don't harvest the carrot until the greens are so tall and starting to get all loppy and everything. But that's not actually true. The majority of your vitamins and your minerals and all the nutrients of a root crop, like a carrot or a beet or a turnip, those are the three that come to mind, is not actually the root itself, which would be the carrot, the beet, or the turnip. The nutrients are actually in the greens above ground. The carrot greens that most people don't see when you go and buy carrots at the store. You get a plastic bag full of carrots and there's no greens on the top. It's just carrots. So you're missing out on the best part of it. Like, I had to understand nutrients and how to eat nutritious wise and periodically instead of only eating one meal a day, because even if you only eat one meal a day and you eat all the vegetables and the fruits and vegetables and minerals and everything for one meal, your body is still on starvation mode because it's going to store all of that, not knowing when it's going to get its next meal. That's the key. The key is, even if you're not eating the most healthiest or the most organic, or you got to eat cheaper foods, even if you have to eat foods from Walgreens or Walmart, in the produce section, and the frozen meats or frozen vegetables or frozen fruits, how often you eat them and the portions you eat every day is actually what matters, at least for my body and from what I've experienced and learned. Ben will tell you I'm constantly hungry. He'll tell you that I eat like I'm starving because I eat a minimum of 3 times a day. Usually it's 5 to 7 to 10 times a day. But at the same time, I also eat in a specific time span. And that's, I just learned recently that it's called, I don't have my notes over here. It's called, not purging, it's called moderate eating. No, I don't think that's the word I'm looking for. Eating in moderation, but yeah, I think it is. I think it's moderate. It's the moderate diet. I'd have to look it up and get back to you on that, because I can't think about it right now. But I eat a minimum of 3 times a day. And what that basically is the time span that I eat is from the very first time I eat to the very last time I eat is a span of 6 to 8 hours. No longer than 8 hours. I know there's a word for it, and it's at the tip of my tongue, and I just can't think of it right now because I'm distracted by everything else. And it's really time for me to go to bed. But I felt that it was necessary to share this information with you guys. So, I used to be big. I'm very strict on what I eat now. I'm not as big as I was. I've lost quite a bit of weight. And everybody says, well, how have you lost so much weight? Well, I've done a lot of education. I've done a lot of research. I've done a lot of educating myself. I've went more organic. I use a lot of essential oils. I don't drink soda pop anymore. I only drink water, or in the evening times, I drink these, what is this? I drink 1 to 4, 8% alcoholic, margarita thingy-majiggies. Usually it's only 2, because it's so sweet that I can't stand it anyways. I mean, I don't eat any sweets. I don't eat chocolate. I don't eat cookies. I don't eat candy. I don't eat anything sugary. My diet it's not even a diet. A lot of people will say, my diet doesn't include, or I've eliminated this from my diet. It's not a diet. It's an eating habit. It's an eating lifestyle to feel better, to be healthier. Like, if you guys have been following me or watching me for any extent of time, you've seen some of the food that I either make or I share. And if you're on my Facebook page and Ben's Facebook page, you see quite a bit of the meals that we make. And they are extremely nutritional. Now, sometimes Ben likes to go all hog wild, like yesterday's dinner. He made the seafood bisque. Well, the seafood bisque has milk, butter, and cream, whipping cream. Those are all things that do not exist in my eating habits anymore. So I had to take supplements to be able to adequately digest them properly, but I still enjoyed it. Milk products, just like sugar products, milk products, anything that is dairy, I usually don't eat. Very rarely will you see me eat anything that is dairy. Very rarely will you ever see me eat anything that is sweet and consists of sugar. Before I went on this changing of lifestyle and eating habits, I found out that I have a lot of issues if I eat too many acidic foods. So like grapefruits and oranges and pineapples and things like that. They upset my belly quite a bit. And I'm in a lot of discomfort. And I have a lot of stomach acid. I have heartburn. I belch it up. So my body doesn't put up with a lot of things that are acidic either. And I know if you're thinking about it, you're thinking, oh God, so what exactly do you eat? Well, I eat a lot of fruits. Well, I eat a lot of vegetables. Not necessarily fruits. There are fruits that I do eat, and the fruits that I do eat quite a bit of them. But I eat a lot of vegetables. I eat a lot of healthy meats, or more grass-fed free-ranging, non-GMO, non-hormonalized meats. You know, if I'm going to eat chicken, it's got to be a healthy chicken. When you get that big bag of chicken from pretty much any of your grocery stores, it doesn't even have to be a low-grade grocery store. You can get it from a quite impressive high-grade grocery store. And you get that big bag of boneless, skinless chicken breasts. And when you pull them out and unthaw them and they have all those little holes in them and everything, that's not good chicken. That's not grass-fed. That's not free range. That's still a chicken that was grown in a small area with a lot of other fucking chickens, excuse my language, that was fed chicken feed, didn't get enough exercise, didn't get the nutrients it needed, probably had chicken worm, that's why all the holes are there. You know, it doesn't have a lot of fat. They've already taken the bones out of it. So how nutritious is it really? Like when I get a big bag, we don't do it anymore. We usually buy single things of chicken because I can't grow my own chicken in a trailer park, especially in the city. But we buy individual portions of chicken. Because when you get that big bag of chicken, it's processed. It's probably had some sort of immunizations. It probably lives in a small space with lots of other chickens, doesn't get a lot of exercise. It's grain fed or chicken fed. It's not good, healthy chicken. So, you know, you just really gotta be paying attention to what you're eating, when you're eating it, how you're eating it. Fried chicken is terrible for you. We don't eat fried chicken. We eat baked chicken. We have an air fryer. We air fry our chicken. We do not fry it in a bunch of toxic corn oil, vegetable oil, any kind of greasy oils. You know, we look up how the oils that we use to cook things in are processed. If it's not cold compressed, leave it on the shelf. Canola oil, corn oil, vegetable oil. Look at the ingredients. We leave it on the shelf. Because once you look at the ingredients and you look up the effects that it does to your body, especially at high temperatures, while you're trying to fry something, and maybe this is just me doing way too much research, but honestly, it's not good for you. That's why we don't use it anymore. We're learning to live off the land. We're going off grid, little by little, slowly by slowly. But we don't use those oils. If it's not almond oil, coconut oil, let's see, what's the other one I have over here? Almond oil, coconut oil, grapeseed oil, any kind of like a nut oil. Those are what we use. And we don't just buy an oil because it says coconut oil or almond oil. We look up the brand. We look up how do they process it to get it to be an oil. If it's not cold compress, because cold compress is where they take the nuts or coconuts and squeeze them down between rocks and just squeeze until you get the oil out. If it's not cold compressed, we don't buy it. Because if you have to heat it up to an extremely high temperature to get the oil out of that specific product, they've already diminished it. So therefore, it's no longer healthy or good for your body. I only know this because I've learned through going through a lot of research, I do a lot of research. That's why I don't do a lot of videos in the evenings, because I'm researching things. I'm looking things up. I'm double checking them. I'm counter comparing things. I'm looking at the long-term effects. I'm looking at the short-term effects. I'm looking at all of that. I'm looking at individual companies and what standards they're held to. Just because it's FDA approved means absolutely nothing. At least in my book. And from the research and the knowledge I've gained in the past many years. But that's what I'm saying, is that eat frequently, do your research, look up what you're eating, look up how you're preparing it, what you're adding to it to prepare it, your spices, your seasonings, your oils, the way that you're preparing it. Are you cooking it? Are you boiling it? Are you frying it? Are you air frying it? Are you baking it? You know, that all makes a difference. Educate yourself in order to be healthier, happier, live longer, and not have so many ailments or be susceptible to diseases like colds and flus and the viruses. We're not going to actually give any names for those things. Or, you know, even obesity, or maybe you're not obese or overweight. Maybe you're extremely skinny and you have such a high metabolism that you can't gain weight. And so you're concerned about being too small and too thin and too skinny, and you still don't feel good, and you don't understand why. Do your research. Trust me. As you educate yourself and do the research, and you decide you're going to make changes, you will appreciate it in the long run. I end most of my videos with "You are someone, you matter, and I love you." One of the most important things I had to tell myself is, I am someone. I do matter. Whether I feel like somebody cares about me or not, I do matter. And I love myself, and I love how far I've come. And I'm not going to give up. I am relentless growth, relentlessly learning and growing to improve myself and show and share others what I have learned and how I've applied it to my life. And it doesn't have to be drastic changes where tomorrow you stop drinking soda pop and you have to go through withdrawals. I used to drink so much soda pop and energy drinks mixed with my soda pop, it would make your head spin. And for the last, I'd say at least 4 years, I've done nothing but drink water. And an occasional cocktail. I used to make jokes that if you took my blood, I would bleed nothing but Mountain Dew and Rockstar energy drinks. And now, I have healthy, beautiful blood that flows freely because I drink nothing but water, and occasionally a cocktail. That's it. 360 degree turn from where I used to be. And I'm not stopping there. Every little step and every little thing that you do to change, and they always say, I'm a work in progress. I'm still a work in progress. Every step that you take to make a difference in your own world, in your own life, in your own health, in your own eating habits, because diet just doesn't seem like an adequate word to me. Diet sounds like torture to me. But as you make changes and you stick to those changes and you continue to go forward and make more changes to benefit yourself, to benefit your own health and your own life and your family's life, it makes a difference. You are someone. You do matter. I love you. I hope this was beneficial for you and you understood and learned something for it. If that's the case, feel free to give me a thumbs up. If you've seen any of my other videos or you think that feel that this video was beneficial for you, please subscribe so you can see other videos. My videos are sporadic and cover such a variety of different things, but I'm not going to have a YouTube channel for every single different subject that I'm learning about, that I've experienced, that I've learned from. I just share it all on one channel. So it's a broad band of different things. But I hope that you'll continue to keep watching. Stay tuned for what's next, because God only knows. Heck, half of the time, I don't even know what my next video is going to be. I just get the urge to turn on the camera, so I record, and whatever comes out, comes out. I don't censor it. I don't go back and tweak it. I don't put no thumbnails on anything. I don't edit things. What you get is what you get. It's raw, pure, and true. There's no voiceovers. There's no nothing. This is what it is. And I feel that that's the most important thing, is that I am completely transparent. I leave it open for people to leave comments, to ask questions. If you have something you want me to do a video on or suggestions, I'm open to all that. I'm still a work in progress. I'm relentless growth. You have suggestions or ideas? I'm going to look at them. I'm going to read them. I'm going to take them into contemplation and decide, well, does that sound like something good that might benefit me? Or is this something that I've already tried and didn't work? I'll still acknowledge every single comment and suggestion. And I will continuously move forward, because I am relentless growth. And nothing is going to stop me from educating myself, learning more, growing more, and continuing to share everything that I learn, experience, and grow with. So with that, I hope that you have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Until then, ciao now. Many blessings to you all.